going back real quick to Carmelo.
Yes.
Do you think he's back? Do you think now he's back in the league, or do you think this is like a grand opening, grand closing kind of situation?
I think he's back. The deal is, I listened to his interview. He spoke about shedding ego, what was holding him back. I was wondering, I kept thinking, would LA been good for Carmelo? And I think being up in Portland with the cleaner air, very prideful city, small little city, I think that's the space he needed. And I think he helps little it out.
We'll see. I think people are rooting for him.
I know. But just to let you know, man, when I was playing, my last year on the Lakers, it's the craziest thing when you know it's the last day. When you know at the end of the season, it's the end of all seasons. Like, I don't know how D Wade did it. That whole goodbye tour, that right there. Yeah. I miss being on the road. And that's kind of what the depression sits in when you got to sit at home. When your wife says, can you fix that light bulb? You'd be like, who fixed that shit when I wasn't here? Like, do manual labor. What?
I remember when Kobe retired, the memes started going around, and there was this one with him kind of like sitting in a chair at home, and it's like, the captions were like, so what do y'all like to do? Because he hasn't really been home.
Right.
Like, he's been so focused. I heard he used to take a helicopter to work.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because he lives like in Orange County or something.
Smart.
Yeah.
The kid is so smart. But imagine my daughter was yelling at me one day when she thought I was listening, and about the different way I raised her from raising Taya. And I go, yeah, I got smarter and older, right? So I see things differently. So when I see something, I go, I know what that is. I said, because of you, I now know what it is, And I remember when I got back, I always took my daughters to school. Drove them to school, that was the thing, drive them to school. I'd spend that amount of time in it. They don't want to talk, they're listening to music. Anyway, but at least they're with me. I wouldn't know how to do things now. Like when you retire, there's no such thing as a norm because you've been doing it since you were 6.
True.
And you don't have to do it anymore. So it's like I see Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is, I always say I wish I played with Ben, where I see Ben Wallace, and he's still like the coolest cat in the world, didn't gain weight, still just slender guy, good guy. And I go, I wonder what Ben Wallace is doing now. Well, if you're not grabbing rebounds and blocking shots, what are you doing? Probably going fishing or something. Yeah. Then you get on comment. I was watching this other show, and I watch Antonio talk about, man, when you retire, you want to talk about sports? And I was, and I didn't know the way he was taking it. Like, yeah, what you do with your money? It's not that. It's just that you know how to do this with your eyes closed, and they're going to pay you to do it with your eyes closed. Like Charles Barkley, that is the best gig you can possibly get in the world, ever. To sit around and give your opinion and know you hadn't played. When did he play? 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Crazy. But I think Carmelo is back, and I think this helps. I told you Golden State wasn't going to be any good this year. I did, didn't I?
I think you did.
Yeah, I did when you said, you're not even putting Golden State in there. And I said, I've won 3 championships. Saw people wear 3 in a row. The energy moves out. Can't get it back. Once it goes, it's going to be a while too.
Well, you actually predicted that Kevin Durant will stay with the Warriors. That did not work out.
Yeah, I didn't know the underlings. I felt them because the guys started talking and started getting outside, like he shouldn't do this, he shouldn't do that, and he's not part of us. We won without him. That kind of, when I started hearing that, and then when I heard it was really true, I knew.
Right, because Katie did that interview where
Yeah.
he said the Draymond Green situation kind of prompted him to leave.
Because when they were talking and presenting the new stadium, the owners were with Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't with Steph Curry, and those weren't the guys that they were using. It was the coach. It was Kevin. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, they're making a future around Kevin Durant. That's the way I saw it. Because if you're going to open up a new stadium and your star player around the world is Steph Curry, he should have been the one talking about the new stadium, not Kevin Durant. So
Right.
when I saw that, I thought the fix was already in.
Well, and now Steph Curry ended up hurting himself.
Yeah.
Is he going to be out like the rest of the season or just part of the season? Or it's a pretty serious injury.
Right. Remember how smart Brady was that when he had his knees hurt, not only did he stay out, he stayed out the next year to make sure his knees were better. And like Carmelo said, once you're away from the game for a year, you see it. I stayed away from the game for 3 years. And when I went back, I just saw it entirely different. If I would have trained the whole 3 years and then been able to step back in, I would have played longer. But it took me a year to get my legs to the point where I could dunk, and I'm 7 foot. Like I had no leg strength.
Huh.
And Phil Jackson played me on my birthday, May 16th, 2000. And I got 16 points, dunked on some people, I knew that was it. And I was like, wow, my last game is on my birthday. I'm out. I'm done. So it's hard to get laid back, come back, see it, but it's better. I think LeBron staying out last year was the best thing in the world.
Right, because Lakers are on fire right now.
Yeah.
Him and AD.
I called that too.
Yeah.